You know, Ferris State University and the Grand Rapids Community Foundation has had a number of partnerships.
You know, partnerships are critical to everything we do in life, whether it's as an individual or as an organization. When I think of the partnerships between the city of Grand Rapids, where I was mayor, and Ferris State University, the first thing that comes to mind for me is the partnership around the development of the downtown campus. Ferris had that single building downtown Grand Rapids, the classroom building, and right across the street, the city of Grand Rapids owned this magnificent old federal courthouse and post office building. We had taken it from the federal government by deed with a restriction that said you can only use it for educational purposes. We were having a dickens of a time finding an educational organization to use that building. And up steps David Eisler, and he says, you know, we're kind of interested in that building. We could make a neat campus downtown if we owned that old federal building, and created, through the partnership with the city and the university, created this magnificent downtown campus right in the very heart, right in the center of Grand Rapids. Very cool partnership.
So Cherry Health has worked in multiple capacities with Ferris State University. Our first program that we started working with Ferris many years ago is our pharmacy program. And we evolved into also partnering with Ferris with our optometry program.
I would just say the one that comes to mind most readily is really something that we have been supportive of for nearly 10 years. And 10 years ago or so, we have been a financial supporter of the Latino and Economic Development Center, and in particular, the Lideros program that is led by Carlos Sanchez.
My partnership with Ferris State was really not just about me as a leader of Grand Rapids Public Schools, although that was extremely important. And the president was there for me. He reached out to me as soon as I got the job, actually, to say, how can I help you? What do you need? And so right from the very beginning, and I was superintendent for almost 8 years, he's been there for me as a thought partner, which I loved. He also has been there for kids and for staff.
You know, when I think about legacy of partnership, I think about endurance, I think about perseverance, I think about, you know, the many lives that we're touching together.
Legacy is something that anyone who's in a leadership position thinks about, maybe wrestles with. Ferris has created this incredible legacy over the years in Grand Rapids. And then you plug into that a visionary leader such as David Eisler, who can see beyond the moment, who can see beyond his tenure, who can see even beyond his lifetime to what's possible.
First of all, President Eisler is one of the best leaders I know. He epitomizes the legacy of partnership. He has always been in the forefront of just saying, well, why can't we do that? And he does it. And you know, when I see the growth of the university and both the programs and the offerings, and again, the social supports necessary so students can succeed, a lot of that started with President Eisler and saying, why can't we do that? We will do that.
He had a way of making you feel that you were the most important person, right? So selfish answer, and other people probably will have the same answer, but I felt special because he was always there for me.
One of the things that has truly impressed me is he started with Ferris State University in 2003. And that was actually the same year that our externships started with Ferris State University. So he had the wherewithal to see that partnerships were a critical part of the educational process. And I think that, you know, his desire to nurture relationships across this community is why Ferris State University is such an amazing and incredible institution.